Hello everybody, in this video we're gonna talk about 15 League of Legends tips for beginner. With over 27 million active players and counting, League of Legends is one of the most popular games in the world, if not the most popular. But for those who have never experienced a multiplayer online battle arena MOBA game, they can be a bit doubting because many players already in the community expect you to know how to play the game and play it well. So, if you are looking for a quick way to learn the basics of the game and finally make it through a match without someone calling you a noob, then look no further. Here are 15 League of Legends tips for beginners that can help you hit the ground running. Number 15. Try out different characters. If you're just getting into League of Legends, don't worry too much about trying to find the perfect character or position you're best suited for. Instead, just focus on testing out a whole bunch of different characters. Actually, the more champion you try, the better sense you'll get of what role suits your play style, be it ranged attack damage, melee fighting, or tanky support. Most game options don't even become available until you get your profile to level 5. So having a young profile makes it a good time to play as many champions as you can. Number 14. Learn the map. The main game map of League of Legends is called Summoner Rift, and it's made up of 3 lands: top, middle, and bottom. The widened path located in between the lands is referred to as the jungle, and it's where certain monsters spawn that can give your champion special buffs if you defeat them. Where you go as a starting position on the map should largely depend on the champion you choose, since many are best suited for a particular role. The 5 main positions in League of Legends are top, mid, jungle, ADC, and support. As the name suggests, top is where the top lane champion started. Tanks and the bruiser fare well in top lanes because they can survive on their own and generally either absorb or dish out a lot of damage. Mid lane champions typically focus on ability power, EP, and engage in one-on-one battles with the opposition team. Mid-lane champion. The ADC attack damage carry plays the bottom line and need to concentrate on farming minion early game in order to buy gear and increase their attack damage. The support also plays the bottom line and has a variety of responsibility, including protecting the ADC, helping the ADC get kills, and placing vision ward to aid in map control. Jungle is the position that doesn't have an assigned line. They're supposed to level up by killing the monsters in the jungle and then make assassination attempts on enemy champion in lane. Number 13. Try to learn one position really well. In order to really learn all the ins and outs of a particular position, you need to play it over and over again. Repeatedly playing the same position will also help you master the champion for that position and help make you a more competitive player. Number 12. Learn the hotkeys. Much like in real-time strategy game, using hotkeys will save precious time in League of Legends and could make the difference between winning or losing a battle. The main keystroke you should try to memorize are the following: Q, W, E, R, champion main abilities; FD, summoner spells; 1 till 6, items slots. Only work if the corresponding slot contain an item that can be activated. B, teleports your champion back to base. Spacebar, center the camera on your champion, very useful in hectic situation like a team fight. G, send a ping to a teammate to communicate intention or a threat. Tab, open the state page for the game in progress. P, open the menu of purchasable items. Number 11. Stay behind minions. You should think of your minion waves as moving shield that save you from taking damage from enemy turrets and minions. Whenever there are friendly minions nearby, you should let them go into battle ahead of you so they can soak up damage while you concentrate on using your ability and hitting specific targets.
Stay out of enemy turret range. Staying behind your minion is a good rule to follow in general, but at no time is it more important than when you're attacking an enemy turret. Turrets are defensive structures that deal increasing damage the longer you stand within their firing range. You should almost never try attacking a turret unless you have substantial group of minions with you to act as a buffer. Knowing how difficult it can be to attack the enemy turret should also make it apparent that it's a good idea to stay close to your own turret if you worry about stronger enemy champions killing you in line. Number 9. Try to survive as long as possible. Whenever you get killed by an enemy champion, the champion gets a large chunk of experience and gold. Repeatedly dying gives the enemy a huge advantage because it affords them the chance to level up and purchase powerful gear more quickly. Not to mention dying takes your champion out of the game for a period of time that increases as the games go on. If you can find a way to survive an engagement you think you might lose, it's better outcome than just going all out and dying in a blaze of glory. Keep in mind the champion ability you have at your disposal. Some abilities might help you elude enemy in stick situation. If you find you're constantly getting cuffed and ganged by the enemy, try choosing the summoner spell Flash at the champion select screen. Using Flash allow your champion to teleport a short distance in any direction. It's absolutely indispensable for getting out of tough spots, and it's pretty much a prerequisite for competitive play. Number 8. Learn how to last hit. Many players who are new to League of Legends may think it's fine to just sit back and auto-attack minion wave after minion wave until you are in position to attack the closest enemy turret. But this approach will surely cost you in the long run as you level up your profile and get matched against more skilled player. To really get the most out of minion waves, you should be focused on getting the killing blow on each possible minion, because that way you get a gold bonus for the kill. This gold adds up quickly, especially if you are an IDC, and can translate into your team getting the upper hand both in LAN and in team fight. Keep an eye on enemy minion health bar and make sure you're ready to attack when you see one low enough for you to kill with a single shot. The only position that shouldn't be as concerned with last hitting is the support, because their job is to help the ADC get the last hits. Number 7. Learn the language. Once you've been playing for a while, you might notice some players using specific acronyms or shorthanded to describe different things in the game. Communicating this way saves keystroke with which save time, which could give your team the competitive advantage in your TOT match. Here are some of the key terms you should be familiar with. LOL, League of Legends of course. CS, creep score, the number of minion a champion has killed in the game. Gank, short of gank kill, a surprise attack that leave an enemy champion outnumbered. CC, crowd control, any ability that render enemy champion unable to fight for a duration. MR, magic resist. Wave clear, refer to a champion ability to clear waves of minion quickly. QS, kill steal, dealing the final blow to an enemy champion after a teammate does most of the damage. Leash, a technique used to help jungler that involve dealing damage to but not killing a monster. A drag, short of dragon, a tough monster that gives a powerful buff but usually require teamwork to kill. AFK, away from a keyboard. Number 6. Communicate with your teammates. If your teammates can communicate with each other effectively, you will have a much better shot at winning than simply playing in silence. This doesn't mean you all need put on a headset and get on a group chat, but you should always do things like call out what position you want to play before the game starts, or announce when the enemy champion you've been fighting are missing from their line. Of course, Not everyone will always be as shy as you want them to be, but that doesn't mean they're not benefiting from the information you give them. Number 5. Make sure you have time to play a full game. Typically, League of Legends matches last from 30 to 45 minutes, but sometimes they can take over an hour. Since there is no pause in the game once it begins, you should make sure you can spend the entire duration of the game at your computer. You should also try ridding yourself of distraction by doing things like turning off the TV and putting your cell phone on silence, because even looking away from the screen for a few seconds could result in a critical error. Never start a game if you think the chance you'll have to bail on it or fulfill a prior obligation like school or work. Leaving a game before it finished not only greatly reduce your teammate chance of winning, it can result in penalties that make you have to wait a certain period of time before you can play again. Number 4. Find a favorite character and look up a guide for them. There are tons of online resources for League of Legends, each with their own guides for how to build specific champion. Most guides should be viewed as flexible templates in terms of which special ability to level up and what gear to buy in game. Keep in mind that many champions can fill several roles and positions, so make sure you're using a guide that's in accordance with the position you're playing for the champion. Number 3. Have an idea of the item you want to buy before the game starts. After spending some time looking at champion guides, you will likely get a pretty good feeling for some of the key items you should be buying on a regular basis. At this point, start trying to memorize the cost of those particular items so you remember how much you need to save up before returning to base to buy them. Keeping a loose price index in the back of your mind help you become more efficient when deciding to buy item and can afford you the opportunity to get the upper hand on your opponents in line. Number 2. Be cautious about pushing your line. Another reason why you shouldn't just auto-attack waves of minions is because you could end up pushing your line too far out. If your line is pushed out, it means you're close to your enemies' turrets and they are to you, making you a much more susceptible to gang by the enemy. If you look on the minimap, you will see a river that cuts diagonally across the entire map. This river serves as a good landmark you can use to determine if you are in a safe zone, mean closer to your turret, or a danger zone, means closer to the enemy turrets. You should always try and keep one eye on the minimap to try and see where the enemy jungler is. If you can see the jungler is all the way on the opposite side of the map, then you can probably assume it's pretty safe to push your line and to do some turret damage if the opportunity presents itself. Number 1. Farm continuously through the game. During the middle and last stage of a game, you might find yourself frequently leaving your assigned line or jungle to try and complete objective like destroying a tower or killing a dragon. During these times, it's easy to forget about farming minions because you're more focused on helping teammates and winning team fights. But keep in mind, you should always be farming in between these other activities because it's easy for a large group of enemy minions to pile up and overpower your turret. If a line is left unchecked, especially late game, cleaning a large minion wave might actually be a better use of your time if you're far away from the rest of your team, because chances are you won't be able to reach them in time to be of any help, and clearing large minion wave can get you a lot of gold if you do it correctly. So this is all for this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Wait for me for next video. Thank you so much.